name's Mary Mueller, and this is
I'm Jason.
Yeah.
Our husband.
Jason's my husband. And welcome to our first ever Menu Monday. I thought I've just been spending a lot of time making a menu for my family since we went plant-based. My doctor basically told me about a month ago that I had to go plant-based, and as someone who's always eaten meat, not only have I always been a meat eater for the past maybe 10 years since I had my daughter, I was very diabetic when I was pregnant with her and my son, and when I'm not pregnant, I'm always on the verge. Like, I've been pre-diabetic a long time, and I've always been told to eat meat with a little bit of vegetables, and wrapping your head around not eating meat at all has been really hard, to say the least. But
it's been an adjustment for me too. I'm not diabetic, but I'm trying to support Mary, and as a good husband should. So.
But he's lost how much weight?
I've lost 10 pounds.
And we haven't been doing it that long.
That's no meat.
Yeah, and I think he cheats a little when he's at work too, so it's not 100% for him.
Yes.
But for me, I don't know. It's working. My blood sugars are kind of where they're supposed to be. There's so much about it that we're still figuring out.
A lot.
But I thought, since I was spending so much time like just trying to figure out what to eat and whatnot, I thought I'd talk about it a little bit and
share what we go through. Yeah.
Okay. So last week's menu, which was the week of 2/19/2021 to 2/25/21, my goals were to continue plant-based eating, to test drive some possible foods for our upcoming trip to Death Valley. For some reason, we're super excited about the trip, and
it's going to be fun.
I'm starting to get less anxious about the food situation. It's been sort of nerve-wracking knowing that this trip was coming up just in a few weeks, and I was having so much trouble figuring out even what to eat, like when we're at home and we have all our toys. But
we normally eat like hot dogs and hamburgers. And
when we go camping,
we go camping, steaks. We do have vegetables for the kids when they feel like eating them, but yeah, for the most part, we do a lot of meat.
We usually take those salads too. We eat vegetables when we go,
salads
generally.
Are really good. The ones from Safeway, little bowls.
But they all have meat in them.
Yes.
Although I haven't looked, they might have some that don't have meat in them.
Yes.
That might be worth checking out.
They have a spinach salad. I usually like that one.
Okay, so I started out by watching a bunch of videos on what other people do for camping who are vegan. And I kind of came to the conclusion that all these people maybe grew up vegan, just the way they were talking about the food and what they were choosing to eat. But a popular choice was this thing called a carrot dog.
I laughed the first time she told me she was making carrot dogs. I'm like, what? What is a carrot dog? Because you can't make a hot dog out of a carrot.
You would think, right? But I marinated them in this marinade that mimics smoky, meaty flavors. And I don't know, what do you think?
It was actually very good, as long as you dress it up right. Some mayonnaise, some...
Well, whatever you like on a hot dog,
yeah,
right?
What you normally would put on a hot dog.
What I thought
relish was really good on it.
What I thought was cool about it, as someone who's always eaten meat, is that I could dress up the hot dog however it was, and the rules are different when you're on a vegan diet and diabetic. Like, it was okay for me to have a bun.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
You can't have a bun when you're diabetic.
I think I've been eating hot dogs without a bun for so long. It was such a treat to have something that looked like a hot dog in a bun.
It actually looked like a hot dog.
I really liked it. I think I could improve on the marinade. I think I want to test run it one more time before we go. But we were surprised how much we liked it. And I even think they're going to hold up on on the extender stick over the fire. But we'll let you know after Death Valley, after we've given it a real try.
Next week.
The night I made them, I also cooked up a package of hot dogs for the kids. And I think you had one too.
I had one too.
But
they just smelled so good.
I don't know. The poor kids have had to put up with a lot, and I thought that was a good thing. I also made this
really good about it.
bean salad, which I felt like really helped balancing out like the protein and whatever. I'm not a dietitian. You feel better when you eat beans on this, and the bean salad looked right next to the hot dog on the plate, and it was good.
Makes you feel more full.
The original plan was also to make microwave baby potatoes, but I don't believe that happened.
No microwave baby potatoes.
Okay, Saturday the plan was taco bowls, and those were amazing.
Yeah,
the recipe was from Sweet Potato Soul, who's a YouTuber. I'll put the link in the comments, but okay, the groceries were kind of expensive for it because it like included like actual guacamole that we made and everything. But
oh yeah, those avocados.
It was really pretty. I did take a picture of it. I'll get it on here somehow with a B-roll or something. But they really were special. I would do that again and again and again. On Sunday we did this red lentil curry and brown rice, which was from I believe her name is Rainbow Kitchen, but I'll link it in comments. And she described it as like the one dish she would make for like vegan doubters or whatever, to like, you know, to try to seduce them into becoming vegan. And I thought it would be good, but I made a mistake. When I did the grocery shopping, Grocery Outlet had these great looking canned tomatoes, and it said something about red pepper, and I just assumed it was bell pepper that they were canned with. It wasn't bell pepper. It was like that red spicy pepper that people put on pizzas. So Jason loved it.
It was good. We have this
but it was hot.
I forget what the pepper that you bought me from Boonville was, but I put that on there and it spiced it up really good.
Yeah, so Jason had a spicy good time with that, and the rest of us were like, no.
I put sriracha sauce on most of my stuff, so you know.
And the rest of us, not so much. No. Okay, so Monday we had leftovers and these vegan chicken apple sausages that everybody thought tasted like jerky.
Slim Jim.
Yeah.
It was weird, but I like Slim Jim, so they were pretty good.
They ate a lot like sausages though, and I think they'd be fine for roasting over the fire, like as far as they eat. What I didn't realize when I chose to do that though is they have a lot of ingredients, and they gave me a blood sugar spice, and they definitely were like what would you consider a processed food? So
definitely.
I'm really leaning toward maybe trying not to do too much. I just don't want to make myself sick. I don't know. I gotta think that like regular sausages would be less detrimental than that was. But I don't know for sure.
Probably spike your blood sugar, but because we like the ones with the maple syrup.
Yeah, those are good. Mm-hmm. I can still get those for camping.
Oh,
I might have to eat a carrot dog version of it, but you know, I was thinking I might marinate baby carrots.
Oh yeah,
and just add like a bunch of like extra fennel and like sausage seasoning to it and see how that goes. I don't know.
Your perfect sausage.
All right. So Tuesday we had leftovers and we tasted Beyond Burgers. We thought
good.
Yeah, we thought they were really delicious, but again, processed food. It wasn't so good I had a bad week for blood sugar.
Yes,
I was like, what am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured it out. It was a processed food phenomenon. All right, Wednesday we made the lasagna from the America's
Test
Kitchen complete plant-based cookbook. I know it has a really long name, but they have a lasagna in there that was really, really, really good.
Yummy. Yeah.
It took me over 2 hours to make it though,
long
and
prep
then
time.
Long.
Yes.
Like, and then another hour to cook. I think it was 40 minutes. I rounded it to an hour.
Yes.
40 minutes to cook. Oh my God. It was good, but I wasn't sure if it was that good. But then I thought, well, maybe like if you're looking for an option for like Christmas Eve or something, and a really good lasagna with like, can sometimes take a while to put together. I did make 2 of them and I froze one. We haven't eaten the frozen one yet, but I'll let you know how that goes when we get around to it. Mm-hmm. Thursday we had, oh my gosh, this nacho cheese. It was also in the America's Test Kitchen Complete Plant-Based Cookbook. Okay, I did not realize when I chose this recipe that it was going to make enough cheese for an army. So I would highly recommend it as a recipe to use just as it is for like, if you were trying to make like a nice hors d'oeuvre for a party.
Yeah, it makes a nice big bowl.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then in the picture they had like crumbled Beyond Burger on it and some other stuff chopped up. It was really pretty in the picture. And it really did come out orange.
Like cheese.
And it was a carrot that turned it orange of all things. And it was over whipped potatoes that made the consistency. And it was...
strangely like nacho cheese.
It really was very cheesy with all the things that they told you to put in it and whatnot. Mm-hmm. The only thing is it wasn't balanced protein-wise. So you still had to have a bowl of beans with it if you wanted to feel good later.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't recommend eating it by itself.
The kids weren't big fans.
No.
Is the other thing. Like maybe it was not real cheese.
No, it was not real cheese.
They were not fooled. Like it wasn't that good. I thought it tasted pleasant though, and it had like the experience of dipping, but I don't know what I thought I was making. Because we used to have nachos for dinner sometimes before this, but I wouldn't do that again.
No, it took a lot of time.
That too. It took several hours to make.
Just to make
and lots and lots of dishes.
Lots of grinding and lots of mixing. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Wouldn't do that on a random Tuesday.
But I don't know.
It tasted like
part
cheese.
of the time it did taste like cheese. Part of the time-consuming part about all this is I feel like I read the recipes or I see the videos even, and I can't quite conceptualize like what it's going to taste like or what we'll feel like afterwards or whether it would make a good meal. That one was such a miss. I don't even know what I was thinking now, but it seemed like a good idea when we chose it. I was looking for some delightful things to put on the menu. Okay, so which brings us to this week's menu. Okay, so I did cook like 2 dishes off this already, and I don't know, but this week's menu is a week of 2/26/2021 to 3/5/2021. And the goals for this week are my blood sugars were not as good this week and I have been feeling really off. So
they were a little high this week.
Our goals are sort of around trying to solve that.
Down to normal.
I also watched several talks on YouTube trying to get to the bottom of that, and it seems that these plant-based diets and the diabetes research happened before the Beyond Burger and all these like wonderfully delicious plant-based meats came on the market. So I don't think they're for us, you know, or at least they're bad for my blood sugar.
Very bad.
So for now, not for us.
No.
Okay, so I realize now I need to also be reducing refined oils, and that includes olive oil.
Which we cook with a lot, or used to.
That's going to be a learning process, and any processed foods. And I was realizing that I had picked out a variety of things that were actually processed foods that maybe wouldn't have been if you'd gotten like regular hamburger, but the plant-based version is processed food. So we're not going to do that.
Nope.
All right.
They taste good.
So, reduce refined oils, reduce processed foods, search for some family favorites with more familiar flavors. I think I picked out some kind of exotic things last week, not meaning to, and I'd like to do a little more like homey stuff this week. I'd like to apply some strategies to reduce the gas from all the beans. Jason's been having such a bad time with that.
Yeah, it's not good with
although I've had my share of issues with it too, but Jason has to go to work and be around people
other people, especially patients. They don't want to hear that or smell that.
So I did a big deep dive research project into that, and I did a whole nother video on it, but we're going to be applying what strategies we can from that. Not all the things were available at our grocery store, but some of them were.
And we'll link it in the description.
Yeah. I also wanted to try out some savory oatmeal recipes.
Oh, yeah.
I've been real worried about my blood sugar being high, and we have this camping trip coming up, and I need some options for like easy breakfasts for me. I also think it's possible that I might be eating different things than the rest of you all, which is fine, but it needs to be easy. And overnight oatmeal is really easy, but with these high blood sugars, I thought maybe it shouldn't be fruit. So
Not fruit.
we're trying something different and see how that goes. I also wanted to try out a new balanced bean and grain salad. I think we're going to do quinoa this week.
Oh.
I'm still debating over 2 recipes, but it'll be okay. I'm trying to find out one that like uses all cans for like the second half of the trip, because we're going to be in Death Valley for 5 days, and the nearest grocery store I think is a couple hours away.
Yeah.
I think there's like a crappy market there, but like a real grocery store is really far, so we're gonna need like a few things to do like toward the end of the 5 days.
Yes.
It isn't gonna get destroyed in the cooler, but I'm working on it. Saturday is plant-based shepherd's pie. I thought that would be real homey with like the mashed potatoes on top, and I don't know. I kind of combined 2 or 3 recipes I read online and decided I was going to do like mushrooms with like a brown sauce. It's going to be good. It's going to taste meaty, and it's going to chew like meat because it's going to have a bunch of meaty mushrooms in it. I think it's going to be really good. Plus I like mashed potatoes.
And mushrooms are really good. Kids don't like mushrooms, but there's no accounting for taste with kids.
I'm hoping that the kids will like the shepherd pie,
I
but
think
we'll
they
see.
will.
Sunday's going to be plant-based mushroom and veggie Japanese curry and rice. We used to really like Japanese curry back when your mom was still alive. I used to make it. It was one of her favorites, I guess, and I used to make it all the time. And
My dad taught her how to make it. She had no idea what curry was until she met my dad.
she taught me how to make
And
it.
yeah,
So,
she
you know,
taught
yeah,
Mary.
yeah. But I thought maybe we could use that sauce with like a vegan version of it, and I
Okay,
think it might be
give it a shot.
really satisfying over rice, but we'll see how that goes. Monday we're gonna have Thai sweet potato soup. I found another
sounds
video
good.
that I liked. And
Ooh, we've had that before.
we used to
my
put bacon in
gosh,
it though.
that was so good. A little bit of sour cream on top, a little bit of cilantro. Oh my god.
Bacon.
Yeah, and the bacon,
Okay.
but no bacon this time.
So this version does not have bacon in it.
Darn it.
But I think it might be okay.
Yeah, I think
I
it'll
also
be
found a recipe to
just
like
fine.
season mushrooms like bacon, and I think that might have some
Oh, yeah.
potential for a
That could be
topping.
good.
We're gonna try it.
Yes.
See if it's
if it's
okay. Tuesday's gonna be veggie fajitas. How could that be bad?
Yeah. Fajitas are good. Usually like with chicken, but we're trying veggie now.
I don't know. Maybe that's one of the nights I can add some meat
that's
for
okay.
you guys, but
Well, maybe the kids, yeah.
we'll see what I can figure out with that. Wednesday is red lentil curry and brown rice. Take 2. We did it before.
We're gonna try it a little less spicy this time.
Yeah. We're gonna try
For
to
the
use like
kids and for
regular stewed tomatoes instead of tomatoes that were canned with lots and lots of deliciously hot red pepper
Oh.
that I didn't like at all.
No, but I liked it. It was good.
All right, Thursday's gonna be vegan tamale pie. This is a recipe from Forks Over Knives. I'll link it. I've never made it before, but I used to make tamale pie all the time,
Oh, yeah.
and the kids really liked it. And Max, my picky eater, particularly likes cornbread, so
Yes,
I thought
he does.
maybe
Cornbread cover.
the cornbread topping might be the right thing.
I think so.
And then the last thing we already talked about, I mean, the savory oatmeal recipes, and again, I'll link them. Who knows? Maybe you'll like them. I don't know. Maybe we will like them. I don't know. We're gonna find out, right?
Yes.
And that's the plan for this
plan
week.
for this
I mean,
week.
for lunch, I've mostly been eating leftovers, so I haven't been buying like special things for lunch.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where
That's
we're
it.
at. I hope it's a good week.
We'll get back to you next week.
Thank you for joining us for our first Menu Monday. I'm hoping maybe we could like answer questions that people send us or
Yeah.
something along with
if you have questions, let us know.
Or chat about my menus and see how things go in the future. But see you next week.
Bye.